Hello and welcome to Fuller Recovery, Recovering Back to Christ. Today's topic is why. Why did I create Fuller Recovery? Well, let me start off with, my name's Neil, believer in Jesus Christ and grateful recovering addict. Why did I create Fuller Recovery? To be honest with you, it's a play on words. My last name is Fuller. Come back to Fuller Recovery for a Fuller Recovery. Gotta have a little bit of fun. I've been walking this walk of recovery for now 26 and a half years. Eat, breathe, and sleep recovery. Some people say, Neil, you turned your addiction to drugs and alcohol into recovery. Yes, I did. Is it a bad thing? It can be. I've experienced that over the last 26 and a half years. Get so far into recovery and focused on recovery and then a lack of my job, a lack of my family. So yeah, it can turn into another issue. But we have to find that balance. So really, I wanted to be able to connect with the alcoholics, drug addicts, people out there with other issues, all hurts, habits, and hangups. But I also wanted to connect to the church people. Since I came to Christ, I've really been able to see a bigger picture that I didn't feel at home at church when I first got started in my recovery walk. I was scared to death of church, but I wanted to be able to connect to the church people and let them understand that we all have issues. It doesn't matter if we've been going to church 50 years or 1 week. We're all the same people. We're going to hurt. Nobody's above dealing with life's issues. So I wanted to be able to connect with them. Also, having the 26 years of experience in recovery, I wanted to pass this on. Let me kind of give you a list of some of the things over time that we'll be talking about and finding out how to get through. Some of this list is jealousy, guilt, fear, impatience, anxiety, self-pity, selfishness, greed, pride, anger, depression, dishonesty, envy, arrogance, hate, gossiping, having to be in control of everything, resentments. These are just a few, and most of these are on my wall back here behind me. Somebody made that for me years ago. I bet we could all add to the list. I struggle with a lot of this list. We cover up issues with other things like work, addiction, which would be alcohol, drugs, isolation, anger. I used to struggle with these, but now over the last 26 and a half years, I've been able to arrest them and work on other issues. So by now, you've either tuned me out or turned me off, which is okay with me. But if you're still here, you're looking for a little bit of hope on how can we get through today. Let's focus on Jesus Christ. That's where I find my hope. I focus on him. I turn to scripture and or turn to somebody that's speaking about scripture. All my hope is in Jesus Christ, but he uses people here on earth to connect with others. It's called discipleship. And my sponsor, I talked to him a while back, and I told him I was going into ministry. And he says, great, Neil, no problem. And I said, why you say it like that? He said, Neil, you've been doing ministry all the way back to 3 years when you were in recovery, when you started doing your step studies and leading other men through step studies. I didn't even realize that walking with other people was actually doing ministry before I even knew Christ. So we need to look at this whole thing in a positive way and find out how can we disciple other people. That's what we're told to do. Are we going to do partially what Jesus tells us to do, or are we going to do the whole thing? I deal with life on life's terms. Take the world as it is, not as I would have it. Trusting all things will glorify God, not me. When I come to my end on earth, I hope for Jesus to say, welcome home, my son, and I will live in eternity with him. Come back to Fuller Recovery for a Fuller Recovery. God bless you and love you all.